Hi, it's Luke O'Reilly, and I'm here with another real estate market update. Well, the last month we saw record-breaking average sale prices right throughout the entire region, and we also saw an increase in the number of sales. The Bank of Canada also announced a slight increase in interest rates, and we've got some very interesting geopolitical things that are unfortunately happening throughout the world. All of this is impacting the real estate market, and I'm here to talk to you about it today. So without further ado, let's look at the numbers for February. So we'll start off today by looking at the stats for Hamilton. In January, we saw 401 sales reported compared to 771 in the month of February. So we saw an increase of 92.2%. In terms of average sale price, we saw an increase of 5.3%. In February, the average price was reported at $1,023,342 compared to $971,359 in the previous month. And then homes were selling on average much quicker in February compared to the month of January. On average, homes were taking 10 days to sell in February compared to 18 in January. Shifting gears to look at the stats for Burlington. In February, we saw 266 sales reported compared to 145 in the previous month, an increase of 82.7%. We saw an increase of 1.5% in terms of average sale price. In February, the average price was reported at $1,388,764 compared to $1,366,960 in the month of January. In terms of days on market, we didn't see much of a change between January and February. On average, homes were taking 10 days to sell in the month of February compared to just 11 in January. And then finishing off today by looking at the stats for Haldimand County. In February, we saw 76 sales reported compared to 47 in the previous month, an increase of 61.7%. We saw an increase in average sale price, up by 2.6%. In February, the average price was reported at $883,385 compared to $860,687. And then in terms of days on market, on average, homes were selling much quicker in February. It was taking on average 17 days to sell in February compared to 28 in the previous month. So to summarize, things were pretty consistent throughout all three regions. We saw an increase in the number of sales. We saw an increase in average sale price, and homes were selling much quicker on average compared to the month before. I'm not surprised that we saw an increase in the number of sales. There was extremely light inventory throughout the month of January, and I think a lot of sellers that had been hanging back on listing their properties watched the significant increase in average sale price in January, and a lot of people decided to bring their home to the open market. And as a result, I think that the average price continued to increase, and that activity was bleeding right from January into the month of February. And what's interesting is that there's been a bit of a shift over the last week or so. I think that the Bank of Canada announcing their slight interest rate increase has had a minor impact, as a lot of people are kind of hanging back watching the housing market to see what kind of impact this is going to have. And also the unfortunate ongoing issues that are happening between Russia and Ukraine, I think, is also diverting people's attention away from the real estate market. So I've noticed over the last week that there's been fewer showings booked on listings. There's been less competition on offer night. Probably about a month and a half ago, there'd be 15 plus offers on every property. Now we're seeing about 5 offers, 5 to 10. Every property is a little bit different, but I'm definitely noticing a bit of a shift. So it's going to be interesting to see what the stats will look like at the end of this month, and whether or not that interest rate increase and the ongoing geopolitical issues are going to impact our local housing market. If you have any questions, I'm happy to be a resource, so please feel free to reach out on any of my social media platforms or call me directly.